The morning I handed my mother a printed bank statement, her hands wouldn't stop shaking. 43 withdrawals, over $200,000 gone. My brother Daniel had been draining them for 6 years, and nobody had seen it but one quiet woman at the bank. My whole life, I was the invisible one. Daniel was the golden boy, charming, loud, the one who filled every room. My parents lit up when he walked in. I was the reliable one. Steady, quiet, never asking for much. Growing up, I told myself it didn't matter. You tell yourself that long enough, you almost believe it. I moved 2 states away at 22, built a small, honest life, called my parents every Sunday without fail. Daniel called when he needed something. Even I could see that pattern clearly. My parents never could. They adored him anyway. That kind of love doesn't follow logic. It just holds on, regardless of what it costs. The calls started changing about 5 years ago. My mother sounded tired in ways sleep couldn't fix. My father forgot small things, then larger ones. I visited more often. Something felt quietly wrong, though I couldn't name it yet. Daniel always had an explanation ready. Medical costs, home repairs, he was handling everything. My parents smiled when they said his name, so I stayed in my lane and trusted the picture they painted. Then I got a phone call that changed everything. Her name was Rosie. She'd worked at my parents' bank for 11 years. She'd processed dozens of transfers authorized by Daniel, transfers my parents never mentioned to anyone. Rosie had grown uneasy watching the pattern. When my mother came in alone one afternoon looking confused, Rosie quietly wrote down my number from the account file. She called me on a Tuesday. Her voice was careful and steady. "I could lose my job for this," she said, "but I'd lose sleep if I didn't." I drove down that Friday. I didn't call Daniel. I didn't warn anyone. I asked my parents gently if I could review their finances, just to help organize things. My mother looked relieved in a way that broke my heart. She handed me a folder. Inside were statements she clearly hadn't read in years. The numbers told the whole story. $8,000 here, $12,000 there. Transfers labeled medical, house maintenance, emergency. 43 withdrawals across 6 years. Their retirement account, once $240,000, sat at $31,000. Daniel had power of attorney. He'd used it like a private ATM. My father stared at the ceiling when I showed him. My mother cried without making a sound. I contacted an elder law attorney the following Monday. We filed a formal complaint with the state. Adult Protective Services opened an investigation within the week. Daniel's power of attorney was immediately suspended pending review. When investigators contacted Daniel, he called me first. His voice was ice cold. "You had no right," he said. "I was helping them." I didn't argue. I just let the silence sit between us. The investigation confirmed every transfer. Daniel was ordered to appear in court. Faced with full criminal exposure, he agreed to a civil settlement, repaying $180,000 over time or face prosecution. My parents' attorney placed a lien on his property to guarantee it. He didn't come to Christmas that year. He hasn't called our parents since. My mother told me recently she still misses him. That one sentence cost me 3 nights of sleep. But she also told me she feels safe now, and that matters more than anything else. Some people mistake silence for weakness. They assume the quiet one won't look too closely. What I learned is this: the truth rarely disappears. It just waits for someone brave enough to say it out loud. Rosie said it first. I'm grateful every single day. If this story hit close to home, you're not alone. Drop a comment below and tell me yours. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe to Karma Served Cold. New stories every week.